Hello, welcome in. It is Tuesday and we have a banger of a game for you tonight. But first, I'm back. I've been away for a
I'm
week
back.
and I'm glad to be here with my buddy Parks and the Flyquest team of Flyquest. Should be a good night. How you doing, Parks?
Not to make it all about
Good intro
me,
for you?
I'm back. I'm glad to have you back, Floofys. It was a good week last week. I mean, the results didn't go the way I think they wanted them to, but you kind of move on from that. And we actually have a game
You
last
never
week. Yeah, we
wake
did.
up.
We had Beyond Limits. Sorry, I'm just like I sometimes forget these things, right? I forget when games happen because we've had such a weird schedule, right? We had the week of 3, and then we had a game that got forfeited or moved or whatever, and then we had just one last week against Beyond Limits, and I'm just kind of sitting here going, "What happened?"
The weeks do start to blend together if you think about too many of them at the same time. But I think the thing to think about this week is we got two games for the FlyQuest Red Crew. We got tonight, we got tomorrow night, and it's looking like neither of them are going to be forfeited or moved. Fingers crossed. For now, though, I mean, you see it in the title. We've got a fun. You ever wake up and you realize, wow, half the season's already gone? Like, you're back in college and half the semester's gone. You're like, wait, what's my grade?
What
Oh, no. Let's take a quick look at the scores.
scores? What are you asking me?
They're not the scores, but the
The
season.
rosters? The
No,
I have limited
oh,
graphics here, man. What are
you
we
don't have.
working with?
Okay, all right. I
So this
sorry,
is
I forgot that Will is the one that does the scores, and so
oh, producer
anyway,
me just panicked.
FlyQuest Red, FlyQuest Red are 3-4 this season. We are literally halfway through the season. 7 games in, 7 games remaining to see if we can make it to top 32. We tonight, FlyQuest Red are up against NuTorious, who are actually having a weirdly bad season. They've been plagued by roster issues. Actually, why don't we introduce the rosters?
For sure, yeah. Let's start with Flyquest Red over in this corner. You know them, you love them. Bibion, Marie, Fox, Emmy, and Vanessa. The lineup has not changed. The only thing that has changed is Marie's bedtime. It keeps getting earlier and earlier in the morning.
It sure does. Maybe we can fix that. We can daylight savings time +1 or something. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually work.
Somehow you
Time
can make it
is
work. You could just tell Denmark that they are no longer allowed to have daylight savings time. You know what? Let's just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of daylight savings time. Let's get rid of clocks in general. Let's just hey,
get
listen.
rid of
The sun is
time.
up. The sun is down. That's all you got.
What if instead of daylight savings time we had metric time? 10 hours in the AM, 10 in the PM. Some players on NuTorious. I'm already making Parks cringe,
Okay.
so I'm
Let's
clearly
let's
doing a good job.
we're gonna move on. No, that's not the screen I want.
Ah, jeez. Excellent. Yes. So we got Toasty, Messiah, Swayu, Hit by Bus, and Insane. So Notorious have actually been kind of screwed up by roster issues this season. They had Austin and not BB. They had
Gavin.
Austin and who?
Fruit cup. Sorry.
They had Fruit Cup, but there was somebody else. Mads. They had Mads as well at one point. Notorious's roster has been kind of all over the place. And now we get to see them with and they also pulled in Colin for a few games, which was interesting.
Yeah, they had him. They had him for a little bit. They had, and then Cullen went to Chicken Coop for a little bit, and now he's back with another team. Something like that's going on. I don't know what to tell you on that one, to be honest with you. But uh, the movements have been frequent for the squad, and I think that's an important point to make claims about. And sorry, I'm just trying to keep an eye on things. Okay, we do have the knife round finished, so we are going to get into the match here quite quickly. We actually haven't even talked about what map they're playing on tonight. That's how great we've been at our it's Mirage. The good
It
old
is. And Parks. So I went for a walk
that's
before the
not
stream, right? That's an interesting nuke right
that's
there.
Nuke.
I went
I
for a walk
promise.
before the stream and there was a bearded guy in an alley. He's like, "Hey, kid." I'm like, "I'm not a kid. I'm 37." He's like, "Hey, kid, come here." And you know what he said to me?
What'd he say?
He said, "Take this, put it in your phone. The birds, they're talking about us." I'm like, all right, I don't normally put like random peripherals into my phone, but you know, sure, he's persistent. And I put it in my phone, and he was right. The birds are talking about us. And you know what the birds had to say?
What's the
That
bird's word?
FlyQuest Red are going to win today. GG, easy game, easy life. Let's go.
I cannot
Pistol
wait for
round.
that to be
NuTorious will start this one off, and a couple of very quick kills. Messiah and Insane already out onto the A-bomb site. It's looking decisive, but Fox and BBon have something else to say about it. 2 versus 3 now, and FlyQuest Red are going to be forced to move back, allow the plant to go down as BBon rotating in through Cat, looking for at least one of these players, but hit by Bust, just going to charge into spawn, and Emmy knocked off her rocker. So it's Bibion in the 1 versus 3. Can she pull this one off? Look at how far away from the site NuTorious have already gotten. These players are so far away. There's no spray downs to be had, and it's Messiah to grind things to an end. NuTorious starting this one off with the pistol.
Yeah, very fast. I mean, that's what we come to expect for this game to be, is a lot of fast movements coming. And I mean, these are guys that we see them at lands fairly often. The NuTorious gang, as it were. I mean, they've got their co-string going probably right now as well. We got you and I got the chance actually to talk to the owner, Tyler, and a few of his merry men. And I mean, they bring a lot of atmosphere, but I think that also leaks into kind of how the team plays. They play aggressive. They play very in-your-face kind of Counter-Strike. And I mean, we're going to see that right now with Marie. She tries to play that little bit of a ninja role, and it's not going to work out for her.
I mean, you could call it vibes-based Counter-Strike as well. You know, you just go with the flow, man. And it works. I mean, they've got some serious shooters on the team. As poorly as the season has gone for them so far, you know, you still expect to see them winning out a majority of the end of the season, I think. But for now, let's see if Flyquest Red can steal back momentum of this one as we go into the first full buy. The save on round number 2 leads us very neatly into the full rifles. It is going to mean no AWP for Fox, so she'll have to do with just an automatic rifle here. Vanessa trying to take the standard grounded connector, and stand she will. Already 3 versus 5 on the side of NuTorious. They've been cut down to size. The smoke forces Messiah, or the fire forces Messiah to send his smoke out. And well,
that's Toasty.
I love that we've left the name of Toast as premium DMA.
I'm trying to do the best with what I've got, and unfortunately, that's one of those things that just like you cannot change. And maybe I'm the one who should shout out all the players that change their names on Face It and make it very hard to tell who they are. It's my turn to go with this, and you know what? It's Flyquest's turn to take this round. It looks like, because Fox and Marie have also doubled up in towards the A site, leaving Messiah all alone in a 1v4. 3 seconds left on the clock, and double dink coming in from Fox. She gets it done, rifle or op, and makes it a great round and puts Flyquest right in. Not going to say the driver's seat yet, but you know they're in the cab now.
Yeah, and it's a nice little gust of wind under your wings, where now, while they're not going to have, like you said, that full advantage, they will have themselves at least a little bit of a weapon advantage. Sway you bringing out the Deagle into this one, and if they win one more, then it really does fully break the economy of NuTorious, and we should give a nice buffer to Flyquest Red. For now, though, NuTorious taking that mid control, playing from behind the lurk smoke, but Vanessa going to be more than wise. And oh my goodness, she just sets up 4 bowling pins before knocking him down. And it's just Toasty left standing in the 1 versus 5. He's got that AK, but is that going to be enough? The util left is a fire and a smoke.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much coming from this round. Vanessa wants more. Look at this. She's gone aggressive. We'll throw a smoke of her own to try and flush Toasty out. A little bit of spam coming in, but he's going to have to back away. And I mean, they've given him space. They've given him a little bit of room. It's not going to be a lot to work with, and of course, they do still have 2 players sitting right on top of the bomb in the middle, as was left. There you go. I mean, keeping an eye on it over there. So we'll see what Toasty has in his bag. You know, if he's trying to get a kill or 2 here, that looks great, but it's still going to be a challenge because, again, everybody's keeping an eye over towards mid.
Well, he does find one. That's Fox going down. I don't know that she'll be too upset about it because with the win bonus from this round, she'll be able to pick up that AWP into round number 5. But either way, I mean, you don't want to be putting more numbers into the death column. 20 seconds left, and I think this is just a full save for Toasty. Just wandering around T-spawn, wandering around ramp, waiting to see if anybody pushes, but it does seem that Flyquest are just going to let the clock run to 0.
You know what? I will say it's really important that Flyquest is not near him in this scenario, just because, again, you go past that 0 timer. If you, whatever you keep into the next round as a T, if you don't have a bomb plant, whatever you have on you is what you keep. You don't get any extra money. There's no, hey, listen, you survived the round, congratulations fund here. It is bomb or bust for the T side. So, as a result, we'll only have $300 in his pocket, but again, does have that AK, and I'm interested. The buying practice is very much of a, hey, listen, oh, it sucks that you know, but congratulations on surviving the round. It sucks that you're not really in with the rest of us in terms of buy. You're going to be much weaker coming forward, as everybody else has gone with just default pistol.
I do kind of like the idea of going into underpass though on the hero AK. Let the pistols take the majority of the attention of Flyquest Red, and then let that AK be the sneaky beaky all around. As here he comes, Toasty just up from underpass with hit by bus next to him. They do manage to take a little bit of that attention away, but it's not quite enough to get away with anything more than a couple of frags, which, I mean, the goal, I think, would have been to take away one of those weapons and really snowball that, but Flyquest Red will flamethrower that snowball away, melt it down, and take the lead.
Look at that. Fox with the op. To go into this round. This is the important one, right? You've got rifles in the hands of NuTorious again, and it's not the greatest of buys. You can see it with Toasty on the Eagle. Galils and AKs galore. But this is their full reset, right? This sets them back a few rounds if they don't make it any farther past. We'll see as the A setup is looking to come in real quick here. You got 3 over and towards a ramp by bus in towards Alice. See how this kind of lines up and out.
There actually hasn't been a bomb plant since the pistol for NuTorious. It's just been pure brawly Counter-Strike for both of these teams, and I think that's about what we're going to see right here, as already Insane and Swayu with 2 kills, but Vanessa and Bibiyan answer back, and it's completely evened out. 2 versus 2 now, as we scrape past not even a minute, not even 30 seconds into the round. Messiah in through connector, spots Emmy, can't quite handle her, and it's Emmy nearly to trade this one back, but it's Fox's pistol to clean up, and Flyquest Red will emerge with a 4th round.
Huge.
And you said it as well, that now this sets NuTorious's money back into an uncomfortable spot. They're down by 2, and that could snowball out of control very quickly.
Well, yeah, I mean, Swayu. Okay, so they're gonna go with upgraded pistols for this round just because it is a double save, right? They bought their way in terms of that. But again, that's 2 rounds where you're looking at pistols coming through, or at least some kind of weird buy situation. And all these, you know, offbeat buys, I'm gonna call them. They're not as what you'd expect. Not to the fullest potential that they should be able to get. Might be causing issues. I say that immediately. Insane grabs a headshot onto Emmy and has made his B site very uncomfortable to handle. 3 players into
We can see where her
now.
corpse.
Ooh.
We can see where her corpse was. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but oh no, never mind. The push out onto the site, and Toasty and Swayu pulverize Flyquest Red with the pistols. Look at the damage back though. So real quick, you could see where the corpse, where the death was up in apartments. A little bit of an extended push meant that B site ended up a little bit weaker than I think Flyquest Red were ready for when the push came out from NuTorious. And so that will give up a 3rd round. Very disadvantage, but
I feel like
they bring it out in the end.
I feel like CSI right now. I'm just like, where was that body originally shot? Oh, back of the head. Like,
yeah,
trying to run away.
Oh, we're getting the free cam parks in here.
Yeah.
Love to see
I
it.
gotta make up for the lack of graphics by a bit better.
I can see it. Well, it's going to be a rough pill to swallow for Flyquest Red. However, they do get to hold on to the AWP, and with 2 players surviving, the money is still going to be riding fairly high for them, provided they're able to win this one. But even if not, the rounds are still fairly close as well. So, not time to be ringing those alarm bells just yet.
And it is, I mean, that round win was a bit ahead of schedule in terms of the NuTorious buy. We said that right off the start of that round, right? Them taking that is a huge upset for where the round count should be. However, they were going to be in on a buy on this round when you look at the money. So I don't know how to math is basically what I'm trying to say, but they do have 3 M4s to work with. The good news is because of how Flyquest Red have been playing so far in terms of how they've won their rounds, they managed to keep a lot of players alive, and that meant a little extra bit of money that can kind of extend itself further here. The big question for me, though, is this B-site defense going to hold? Because Emmy, again, a little aggressive. She's ahead of the curve. Has she been spotted? No. Information gained, though. Fox will be able to keep her in this fight a little bit longer as the bomb is still above. Hit by Bus is going to find a kill. Emmy is still fighting this tooth and nail. She'll finally go down, but in the meantime, the rotations have come in, and I believe the bomb is still stuck in front of her. Yeah, Messiah and Insane do not have the bomb yet.
Well, and even more crucially, she held the push in apartments off for so long. Hit by Bus on barely a scratch of HP. Fox's op shot misses, and that will allow Messiah to end her life. But Bibian playing from bench, this is such a hard position to deal with, and Bibian shows you exactly why you play it. Couple of kills, couple of quick headshots, and even enough money for Fox to rebuy that up, but it has been recovered by Marie. Yeah, that was, I mean, a crucial round for Flyquest.
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, that's the one that you need to make sure you have to stop any kind of any more bleeding coming through from any NuTorious fights coming in. I'm actually very interesting that they went for that and they grabbed the op at the end of the round there, because both of them had AKs, and I would have thought, hey, listen, Fox has plenty of money. You mentioned it. He has plenty of money. Keep the ops, right? Why not? Why not go for a little bit of op action? That's not going to be the case. Insane on the other side does now have an op in place. So we do have 2 ops in the server now. We have 2 oppers roaming. We'll see how this looks in towards later spots in the round. For now, Fox in towards Cat with hers. And Insane a ramp trying to get in towards the A site with his.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous op on the ramp, I would say. It's one of those where you can suddenly pick off one player on A, and that's enough to take over the site. Very, very worrisome if Flyquest Red are unable to find this, but NuTorious, they have to execute out. Flyquest Red are not offering up any extended runs out toward the site. So, ooh, peek over towards CT. If there's an elbow, that's going to be enough, but there's Marie. She does manage to handle business. A couple of kills for herself. Responded by Messiah and hit by Bus. But this A site is still standing strong. It's not if Swayu has anything to say about it. 2 versus 2, and that A site has fallen to NuTorious.
That smoke does not have a lot of time left on it. Good thing that they get that in. Emmy, slow work through over in towards the A site. Make a footstep, spot one in behind, in towards Big Box. The big flash to defend herself off of. It's a self flash coming in from Toasty, actually. And now Fox knows where one is on the bomb. Yeah, it's perfect. 2 1v1s essentially. The problem is Toasty has won his fight, and Fox win hers twice over.
She's got one. She knows where the second player is, pulls out the 5-7, but it's not going to be enough this time around, as Toasty will melt right through her, and NuTorious bring themselves to a 4-5. Very, very close. They have one more round of econ of Flyquest Red to deal with at this point. And it's been kind of a back and forthy game so far.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you get with this is what you end up getting with Mirage as a map, is you get this back and forth of, hey, listen, early rounds, maybe the T's are going to take a few, build up their economy a little. CT side's going to come in. They'll grab a few rounds here as well. They'll get the streak going, and then all of a sudden you're back into it, back and forth, back and forth. It's one of those things that because Mirage is such a staple and it has not changed at all, except for the last update, which was the bench, like 4 years ago now, maybe even longer than that. There haven't been any changes to the map, which means it's very well. It turns into, you be so understanding of what the map is. Mirage is a map that you're just gonna end up with 50-50 halves. It's kind of like
Parks, I'm gonna make you feel real old.
Yeah,
you know when bench was added? It was not 4 years ago. It was 6 years ago.
Oh god. You know what?
Yep, you're welcome.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You know what? I'm okay with my mortality. But yeah, it's like
we're all gonna die someday.
It's like tic-tac-toe, where every game isn't it something like every game should end as no, actually it's not. That's not tic-tac-toe. Tic-tac-toe is like the person who goes first should always win, because there's like a strategy, I think, that
No, because there's a counter to it as well. Like, I think it's if you go in the corner, and then you go in the other corner, and then the person, like, if they see you go in a corner, they go in a corner.
Right.
Then you go in the other corner to give yourself multiple opportunities, or you give yourself the middle. Then they play in the middle. Or no, I don't know. Tic-tac-toe is a stupid game. There's a reason it's not on Inferno anymore.
Hey. Tic-Tac Inferno that mended bridges.
Go play Baby Shark instead.
I've tried. I'm not that good. Well, the good news is for Flyquest Red is they picked the right site to defend with the majority of their players so far. Vanessa will pick the opening here. Masai will get the trade-off immediately, though. And the rotations are on their way in. Vanessa's gone down to a nade as well. They haven't checked for Emmy. Toasty still saw her before the flash came through. Oh, no!
Oh, NuTorious. They've played this one to a T. They waited for Flyquest Red to be entrenched on their sites, and they've struck so well. But Flyquest Red coming back into this, and we might have a retake on our hands. Toasty trying to get in with the AWP, but Fox this time, she's got hers as well, and that's going to be enough. 6-4, Flyquest Red back into the driver's seat.
I did not realize Toasty was the last one left on the site after that first kill came through. I entirely thought that it was a 3v2 scenario. I guess BBon and Fox got their kills at the same time there. Something happened. Either way, it works. Flyquest Red have gotten themselves to the 6th. They've guaranteed themselves at least a tie at the half. And of course, they're going to be looking for more. And what better way than hopefully grinding out these eco frags. Although we've seen NuTorious catch Emmy by surprise before. This time she does have an SMG in hand. It's majority of Flyquest Red actually with it.
I think they have the idea that they've managed to crush NuTorious's bank accounts with that last round, and so having, oh my gosh, this is going to be a very difficult defense of the B-bomb site, and Emmy only able to take one with her. The molly damage doing a fairly good amount, though. There's Marie and Bibian striking at the same time, and as that bomb goes down, we've got a bloodbath on our hands. Insane only able to remove Fox from this one, as Flyquest Red will retake that site, and it will be 3 rounds now with Flyquest in the lead.
Yeah, not only that, I mean, you're coming into the last round with full buy on NuTorious's side. It's a good idea that they brought those SMGs in to earn that extra little bit of cash to make sure they had everything. Because you're looking at the money right now, and I mean, Emmy's on a FAMAS, but she has full utility to go with that. So I think she could have, you drop some of the utility, you can definitely go for a rifle, but they want as many pieces of utility in the back pocket as possible, especially with it being last round of the half. 8-4 on the table, which would be very nice for Flyquest for going inside.
Tell you something else. This Mirage is showing shades of Goose Breeder's Flyquest Mirage, right? We casted that a ton last season, and it was always one of those things where it's like, man, this T side is looking real rough for Flyquest Red, but at least they have CT side up ahead. And speaking of CT side, already NuTorious coming out strong and deadly. Messiah with 2, Toasty with 1 as well, and it's already a 2 versus 4. But Bibion's arriving on this site. She does have Emmy quickly behind her, just coming in through CT, but it's going to be a difficult retake. The FAMAS not a very favorable weapon to have, and especially with 2 players to handle inside of CT spawn, that nade smoke is going to be blown open, and there's Toasty on the other side. Now it's just Vivian in the 1 versus 4. She'll pick off Insane, but it's not going to be enough, as hit by Bus will hit her, and NuTorious will rack up their 5th round, 7-5 to start things off.
You know, something that I think we touched on it when we touched on. I want to say last week we touched on it because of course we've just come off of Frag Vegas, like that. Something that we touched on a little bit is how good and how much how many flowers Vivian has been getting in the scene for how well she plays, right? Especially going and playing on a mixed team and just a bunch of just fraggers that they're land. They go to lands often. They know how it all goes. But she got a lot of flowers in that. And I definitely can say, like, she's been on the grind as well. She's been streaming a lot more recently. I mean, that's been popping off. You can see the mechanics since the graphics changed and everything. And Graph 2, she's looked a lot.
Oh my goodness.
A lot more like her old form. And I casually just talked over the entire round because it went by that quickly. Toasty and Insane really locking it down over and towards middle and A. Flyquest did not get even a single chance to get near the site.
They barely did a scratch of damage either. Like, looking at just Insane and Swayu, there was about 20 points of damage marked on them. It's almost like Flyquest Red, they've completely given up the pistol. Now both halves, so a little bit worrying there. But, I mean, there was a comeback on the CT side. We'll see if they're able to bring about the same thing on the T side. Already attempting to plant that bomb, and Premium Toasty forced to split the uprights. Can't quite spray down, but he'll be joined by the rest of his team. Fox will get the bomb down, and that might be all she wrote. 1 kill onto Insane. Swayu arrives with the MP9, and NuTorious will tie this one up. But that's exactly what we saw on the other half, where NuTorious win the pistol, win the force buy, and then the real rounds can begin.
The other thing is, Flyquest Red, especially with Fox finding that last kill, which is huge, they take down the majority of NuTorious, right? That's a lot of money that just got spent in that round. And yeah, you have a lot of players that were sitting on a lot of cash because of the round previous, but taking out 3 of 5 is still always the best option in terms of when you're going into an eco round. You're gonna lose. Well, getting 3 of 5 is a great secondary condition. Now Flyquest Red, who have enough money to get the utility and the AK, so because of the bomb plant that they got in round number 2 of the second half, it gives them a very good shot. And I'm very excited to see kind of how this all plays out now, because Marie in towards top middle, we didn't see a lot of success from NuTorious in towards middle, and maybe we'll see something different this time coming in Flyquest Red.
It was a lot of Flyquest Red getting the cat player and the connector player really synced up to crunch in over and over. And NuTorious had their best success on just full executes, and especially delayed executes, right? The early executes outside of the pistol and the force kind of fell flat. And, we saw when they had enough time to make Flyquest squirm a little bit. Speaking of squirming, Insane gonna fire off the first shot, backs away to ladder room. Marie gonna try to get in behind him, and he doesn't expect it. That's the off down, and already this B defense has been bulldozed by Flyquest Red, has been bullied. 3 kills leave Messiah and Toasty alone in the 2 versus 4. I guess not really alone. 2 players is, well, one is the loneliest number, Parks, and some can say 2 is as bad as 1. It's the loneliest number since the number 1. And when I say there's 2 players alone, they feel like they're alone against the world, as NuTorious have been pretty locked out of this site. Toasty just waiting to see if someone shows up from ladder, and will maybe be awarded a kill onto Marie as she backs away, but no, she's already pieced out of dodge.
Great round. That's all I can say really to that one. Flyquest Red, like we mentioned, they just completely caught the ladder player unawares. Messiah had no idea they were there, and they had no plans to stop them once they got up catwalk. Once they were up into the site, they had the players coming in. The well executed, well timed, and just all around great round coming in from the girls, and I mean now 8-7, they're forcing NuTorious into a very weird buy, where the players don't really actually buy. They bring what they can, and for 2 of them that means rifles. For the rest, it means pistols.
Again, this is a mirror image of the first half. NuTorious with the pistol, the Force. Flyquest Red with the first full buy. You know, I've been told before that I talk too much about pistols and Force buys, but they mean so much in MR12. And so it's hard not to talk about them. The statistics on who wins a map after a pistol and a Force are so dire. And to see Flyquest Red coming out ahead despite that is really inspiring for them. Really just goes to show the practice that the team has been putting in.
Oh, I like that Molotov. I like it a lot. Sway's going to start to burn. Has to bail out last second. He'll still burn as Emmy finds a 2. The rest of her team has managed to walk their way up and towards the site from Catwalk. Now, just Toasty with the rifle as they've lost the other one. Bibion might find him here in a second, yeah, and that's a little unfortunate. Too low on the HP side to actually take that fight, which means an AK saved for Toasty. And, I mean, for Insane, he has now an objective is to try to get back over in towards that back apps area and grab the rifle that's been left there. Emmy will be the guard waiting for that to happen.
Well, and Emmy has had a kind of quiet CT side, so to see her getting active here on the T side is good for the side of Flyquest, and especially as we get into now the rounds where NuTorious's bank is going to start to fall apart. It's a good time to wake up, hit some headshots, smell the coffee, and, you know, really fix your game here. But now, again, this is where Flyquest Red can really shut the door on NuTorious. This has been the buy down to basically nothing for the CT side. They lack the op as well. And so this is the point when Flyquest Red can take full control and push this game over the finish line. 3 players over towards ladder or towards stairs for NuTorious is a huge stack, and it works out well for Flyquest as the players are spaced just too close together and instantly bowled over one after another as that A site is unlocked and hit by bus and Sway You now just kind of stuck in apartments going, I guess we save again.
Yeah, it's just not much you can do when you're losing the sites as completely as NuTorious are right now. They do not have an answer for what Flyquest Red is bringing to the table, right? They're coming in, they're saying, listen, we're going to set up very quickly for a big site take. We're going to have our mid condition come through. As soon as they're in on this fight, we win the site. And I think that's continued now because they've done it twice over towards B with that play up cat. Now they've done it over in towards middle, going up through con and towards A. They're hunting as well because of the money. Emmy's going to find a first. She'll find a second.
Oh.
Emmy was waiting for the T side to really light it up now. She's on to 8 kills in the game. But they're starting to really rack up, especially with how these last few rounds have gone.
You know what? I too feel better with the AK over the M4, so I get it. T side is more fun to play. It's harder. You know, being the attacker is harder, but getting that AK in your hands is just, it's always a good feeling. And we're really getting to see Emmy shine, which is great to see because, I mean, a lot of Flyquest Red's games are won off the back of, you know, Bibion and Emmy. And, you know, Fox being that X factor on the AWP, but she's going to spot the head over by Boost. Doesn't quite connect the dots, but it will be Marie to spray down Insane through the smoke. NuTorious readjust. Mid has been given up.
But you in towards ladder room then with hit by bus and just like Bion is walking underneath. They've gone 2 and 2 on the NuTorious side. They're very aggressively hiding in this ladder room area, though. They want to be able to quickly rotate over and towards A should that be the ending point, but that's not going to be the case at all. The bomb and the rest of the cohort are making their way forward. And Marie, got to flash in. She'll swat one, sees the other. Boom, boom. Vanessa finds the kill there as well. The B site is theirs. Now the rotation is going to rapidly come in from Toasty and Messiah. Well, at least from Toasty, getting a lot closer. But with their guns being as they are, they're not really going to be able to challenge for this.
You love the 150 ping peak off of Marie. It's just like, of all the players to get killed by, not only are you getting killed by the IGL, but the player that's playing from another continent. Messiah now looking to punish on the Deeg is going to find the head of Marie, but Emmy, once again, she's farming up hard at this point, trying to make her stats look good for this game.
Well, look good the stats do for everybody. Yeah, Emmy is the only one currently sitting at negative score, negative KD. She's 9 and 11. Got 12 and 12 on Vanessa, so it's all working in their favor, and it is 7 to 11. I was there at the 7-11, as some have said. But more importantly, Flyquest Red are up, and they're going to look to continue that trend here, especially a little bit of a bait and switch over and towards middle. The ending looking to be the A site, and they've found nothing here as Toasty has hidden himself away. He'll get the first kill, at least to hold them back, with Emmy going down early. With more players coming through, hold on. Hit by Bust and Messiah. They've dominated this round so far, have NuTorious. They're finally done taking what Flyquest Red have been giving them, and they win their fights outright.
Yeah, I think we didn't get to see a lot of what happened on the site, but it kind of looked like there weren't any smokes put down for jungle or stairs, so Toasty was able to just stand his ground and fight, and wasn't flashed, wasn't smoked, wasn't mollied out, was completely comfortable in his shoes, and just melts right through Flyquest Red. As the execute comes in and the players arrive, just nothing happening. So hopefully we get a little bit of a different tactic this time from Flyquest. Oh, big fight in mid, starting off with hit by Bus, taking down B Beyond. They're looking for more an underpass, and it's working out. NuTorious just shredding through these Flyquest Red players one at a time. They're getting picked off. Mid is falling apart. The extremities are non-existent. And it's up to Fox and Vanessa to right the ship.
The big swing the opposite way here for Flyquest Red. Rounds, like we were saying, they've been able to identify the gap, shortfall. They've exploited it well. Now the shoes on the other foot. NuTorious, they've said, listen, we're putting our foot down. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. To 9 now. Flyquest have a lot of thinking to do on this round, especially because this could be the last buy for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, 2 rounds in a row. This will be the 3rd, so if they save up here, well, the money's good on Fox and Vanessa. Sorry, I looked away and I'm like, wait, do they really have that much money?
Yeah. They got a little bit of change in the back pocket.
I mean, I guess the good thing to rest on here is that even if they lose this one, that's a 3rd round in a row. The loss bonus will have built up. So even as they careen towards a tie, the money should still be mildly okay. We'll have to grind through more and more money on the side of NuTorious the worse this gets.
Yeah, the good news for Flyquest is they only need to grind through 2 rounds worth of full buys. If it goes that long in terms of how many full buys are available, but of course you got to get to that spot first. And Vanessa, she's trying her very best. Emmy going down. Toasty will get one from beyond the grave.
Toasty gets toasted.
Yeah, he's definitely a little crispy after that one.
Well, and here we're also seeing a fixing of the mistake of a previous round. The smokes in jungle will allow Bibian to take the fights one at a time and doubles up. And that leaves Swayu all alone looking to save this AK. The rest of the team does have fairly good money, but any little bit to take into the next round, especially an AK on the CT side, can be very, very nice. And I think Swayu is going to be allowed to slip away.
Yeah, not a huge deal if they let him go, of course, just because their money isn't the greatest, so you want to keep whatever guns you have going. At the same time, NuTorious, because again they've racked up so many rounds in a row, they've built themselves a little bit of a bank again. Means you don't sure, you're taking him down is a big deal, especially because he's holding onto an AK. But on the other end of that, it doesn't really matter. They'll find a way to get back at you.
All right, well, this is it. 3 rounds to see if Flyquest Red can close it out, bring this to an even 4-4 scoreline on the season. Just looking at the scores of other teams, I think that would bring them into playoff contention if they're able to pick up, I think, another win tomorrow. So, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, we're in round number 22, and it is a full buy. Perhaps a little bit of a lack of nades on Toasty, but other than that, the rest of the squad is looking fully kitted out for NuTorious. And they starting off strong. Swayu's already bled through Bibian. So man advantage to the side of NuTorious. And I think this B hit is going to be very well communicated, though. Marie over towards Cat, gonna find Messiah. Insane trades one back to keep NuTorious in the driver's seat, and Swayu backing away towards Van. This defense gets more and more dangerous the longer you look at it, and Insane is looking sharp as well. A couple of kills for himself on the AWP, looking for the third, looking for that final player in Fox. Pulls out the Glock to try and weaken him up, but it's not going to be enough as she jumps right into the waiting crosshair of Hit by Bus. NuTorious double digits, 2 rounds away from a tie and an overtime.
I'm very interested to see what the objective of this round is for Flyquest. I imagine it's just trying to get a bomb plant down for the last round, have as much money as possible in the back pocket. But, I mean, they've already pretty much gotten there. I hope that they go for some kind of upgrade pistols this round, just to add a little bit of flair, add a bit of a chance. At the same time, NuTorious just keep doing what they're doing. Been working. Basically, it was like a light switch. They turned on the light switch upon seeing Flyquest Red basically like hit near double digits. So made the huge leap. Now it's a question of, can the team do this?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's less about taking away weapons and more about trying to retain them into that 24th round, because NuTorious does have the money to rebuy, basically no matter what they lose. Hit by Bus getting into the firebox position. Flyquest Red just going to waterfall out through Palace. They find him, but immediately they get melted down, and it's just Marie left standing. Very quick 23rd leads us very neatly to our possible conclusion.
All right. Here we go. This is the big attempt. Not much money left in the tank. Of course, nothing to save for at this point. Either win or overtime. And of course, overtime pickle thing. How that rolls. Round coming through.
We sure will. I'm thinking this is going to be a fast one no matter how it goes, because already Flyquest Red in towards B, already falling out through apartments as well, and it's just Swayu here to try and stop them, but he's looking the wrong direction. He finds Marie, but Emmy just going to melt right through him, and Bibian has already gotten herself over to Market to try and stop this rotation back for NuTorious. She's found herself in a fantastic position. Insane just looking through the fire at the cash register, waiting to see if he has an opportunity, but this bomb ticking down very dangerously. 30 seconds for NuTorious to try and retake this site, and they're still taking their time on this. be very, very difficult if the kits are not in play as well. Look at the positions for Flyquest Red. It's Emmy to pick off the first and the second. She's looking for one more. Insane, the Opper, the last player standing, will drop her, but that nade right over to Insane nukes him for the final frag. 13-11, Flyquest Red will move it on up.
Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Another win on the season. We love to see that. And of course, to go with that lovely win, we know, you and I know. We know what's going on. But nobody else knows. They don't know. But it's a big win.
I like how people definitely know.
You and I know.
Marie is in chat.
You and I know. Marie may know. She might not know though. We don't know. What does Marie know?
Baby spoil. It's always her.
Shh, it's okay. All right. Chat, give us 1 second.
Very secret.
We're gonna quickly cut to a quick break while I get ready for the interview here. I unfortunately am not as good as Will when it comes to this kind of thing. Please be nice about that. Give us like a minute. We'll be right back into it with the interview here, and we have a very special guest tonight. I managed to figure it out.
Yay! Good job, Parks.
Our special guest tonight is Vivian. Welcome in, Vivi. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You know what? It's really nice to see Flyquest Red win. I enjoy when you guys win. Crazy to think of, right?
Yeah, I enjoy it too.
Well, I guess first question: how are you feeling after the win? That was a real close one.
Feeling great. They're a good team. But I think throughout the whole game, I think we had control. And yeah, there was like some rounds that we lost, but it was like rounds that we just went locked in on. But I think overall it was like a generally good game. But yeah.
Now I've got a question for you that's kind of comes from play some time ago when you were at Frag Vegas. I know a lot of people that I saw at least from everything were giving you a lot of compliments on your play and everything at that. Did that translate? Do you think coming back in having a great attitude to come back to your team and say, hey, listen guys, listen, I'm doing so well from this, like we as a team are great, we just gotta win, like we know what we're good at, let's just do it.
I didn't say it like that. Like coming into this game before that, I kind of just like it definitely bumped up the ego a little bit for myself, but I didn't really kept it the same all throughout with my team, I guess. And yeah, I actually played these guys at Vegas, and I don't know, my Vegas team just sucks, I guess. But yeah.
So I noticed the pistols and the force spies didn't go well. Everything else was great, but the pistols and the force spies may be something to look at. Did you have any thoughts about that?
I don't know. They just hit some nice shots. Someone who was in window like hit nice shots through the smoke, and yeah, I don't know. T side, their T side, I don't remember, but I
I think you might have cut out.
I think you muted.
Uh-oh.
Did you mute your microphone?
hello.
Back.
Aha,
You're
there it
back.
goes.
I don't know what happened. Anyways, they just shot harder and they got lucky, and we just I don't know. Yeah, they hit some nice shots. That's it.
Now coming into the rest, we're in officially the back half of the season. Now, I mean, you guys now sit 4-4. Of course, you always want to push for the playoffs and everything like that. Do you feel like this season, compared to the last one, you feel a bit more like you've gelled together? There's been a bit more. I don't want to say consistency, but I feel like your exploration of different maps has kind of come through a lot more. I know last season we kind of joked that pretty much every game was you're guaranteed to be. Do you feel like, hey, we worked long enough on our map pool last season and the time before that to finally be comfortable going in changing up our maps? Like you played Nuke so far, Dust 2, we've got Mirage now in the mix there. I believe there's been Inferno. Has that been a big change up?
Yeah, I think we've worked hard on our pool a lot, and I think across the board, I think we're pretty comfortable playing on like various maps, and it doesn't have to be Dust 2 all the time. Honestly, Dust 2 is like kind of a weaker one now, but yeah, like I think it's been nice to focus on that. I mean, we can only do what we can while Marie's in Denmark, and like that was like the biggest focus, right? Was to just like get our playbook together and just do what we can on like on.
Muted again. I don't know what's causing it.
I don't know why it does that. Yeah, we're just doing what we can through the book because like Marie's not in NA and like it's it's great that we're 4-4. Like honestly, until we get Marie in NA, I think we can have a lot more like convincing rounds.
Well, to save us any more mic mutes, do you have any final shout outs before we let you go?
I mean, yeah, shout out to the fans who are watching. Thank you. And obviously Logitech. Thank you to you guys for casting the game. Thank you for NuTorious for losing to us today. Thank you. Yeah, that's all.
That's that's a great way to thank them. It's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good banter. I hope you have a good rest of your day, Viv, and enjoy what's left of it.
Thank you.
That's quite a way.
Savage.
Savage.
That's just savage.
You know what? I will say, like, she's been to quite a few lands. You got to know the players. I think she knows the players enough to kind of say like that. And I know the Notorious gang would 100% throw that back at her as well. They're the trash talk that can happen between, especially on lands, is great. And Notorious are infamous for it in the NA scene.
Yes, they are. But with that, I think we should probably say our goodbyes as well. You know, it's been a good game. It's been a long game. We went all 24. So
yeah, that is in fact it for the night for us. Congratulations on the win, Flyquest Red. They're gonna be back tomorrow night playing Celestial Esports, not Celestial, Elixir.
no,
They got the
Elixir,
order wrong.
yeah.
They got the order wrong. I want to say Elixir just got picked up. I believe this is.
So Elixir were the Holy Squid Empire.
Okay, so I do not know them. I
And-
thought this was because Celestial is the Emery's team that got picked up. No.
Mhm.
Who Bibion went and played with at Frags. She played with quite a few of them from there. Anyways, that's gonna be it from us. I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. It will be Will and Floofys handling things while I'm at a hockey game. So I hope everybody has a good night with them. Please be nice to Will. He does his best with production and casting, as he always will say. It is a very hard thing, as I showed today. Floofys, you got any final thoughts before we get out of here?
No, I guess the old bearded man who gave me the USB stick that let me listen to the birds, and the birds were right. FlyQuest run, easy dub. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.